I'm about to drop gold for you guys today because most of you think that your business is worth millions. Everybody thinks their business is actually worth more than what it actually is. Well, reality check, guys. It's worth zero if you fail these 4 C's. That's right. It's the 4 C's. I'm going to give you the 4 most important pieces of capital that you need to grow and measure throughout your business every single day so that you can increase the value of your business so that you can ultimately sell for the top multiple that you could possibly sell your business for. And I'm going to teach you the 4 C's right now in 3, in 2, in 1. Welcome to the show, guys. Today we are breaking down the 4 C's. All right. Now, I got these 4 C's from a great book by Christopher Snider from Walking the Path to Destiny. And the framework is basically what private equity uses to decide if your business is worth buying or if it's just a job with a fancy title. Now, before we get into the actual good content of this, I want to make sure that you are able to do this yourself, not just by watching the video, but I want to give you that step-by-step guideline to go and do it yourself. So what we've got is the 4 C's business value scorecard. All right. You're going to rate your human, structural, customer, and social capital in literally 5 minutes. So go into the description below and download the 4 C's business value scorecard. It's going to give you a scorecard of where you rank on how you're actually implementing these 4 C's. Because I'm telling you, if you can master these 4, you're going to get top multiple for your company, and it's going to evaluate at a huge price. And then whether you decide to sell or not, it's going to be up to you, and you're actually building a company that could run without you. So the big idea that I want to teach you is that revenue is not value. Okay. Everybody thinks and everybody's proud of their gross revenue, and some people are proud of their gross profit, but that's not the actual value of the company. The 4 C's are going to determine whether your business can grow, sell, or scale without you. Before we get into the 4 C's, I want you to understand that your valuation of your business is based on a multiple. That multiple determines how much your business is going to sell for. So if you're net profiting, say, $1 million, that doesn't mean you're going to sell your business for $1 million. You can get a 2x, 3x, 4x, up to a 10x multiple depending on your industry and depending on whether or not you're actually implementing these 4 C's. So let's get right into it. I don't want to talk anymore. All right, we're going to do it right now. Here are the 4 C's. All right, so human capital, structural capital, customer capital, and social capital. Let's start with human capital. What the hell is that? Human capital are the people that work in your company. They're the employees, they're the administrators, they're the leaders, they're the operation experts, whoever it is, your marketing team. These are the people that work within your company. And really, it's a lot about culture, right? Would your team thrive without you in the room? Are you training leaders or are you managing employees? It's a couple of things. Human capital is how involved are you in your business? Are you allowing your team to actually run the company without you? And then is there a good culture? Is there a good culture in the company where everybody's happy to go to work? Rate what your human capital is on a scale of 1 to 10. And what do you think it is? Very, very important when somebody's taking over a business that the culture within that business and that it's just a well-oiled machine and it's operating without the actual business owner is a huge asset. Number 2 is your structural capital, okay? Now, this is a little bit more complicated, but it's intellectual property of your business. If you disappear today, would your systems keep the business running smoothly, or does it all live in your head? That's number 1. Number 2, is it transferable? Transferable is the key. Is your structural capital transferable? What does that mean? Are your systems and SOPs and processes, are they actually put into a well-organized form where you could literally take your playbook or your operations manual and actually give it to somebody else who doesn't know anything about your business and can do it exactly the way it's done? So you have to have the human component, but you also have the structural component that the humans follow that you could pass on to anyone else that matches your culture and matches everything else. Franchising is another great example where you could take, let's say McDonald's, they've got an entire operations manual on exactly how to make a cheeseburger. And the cheeseburger is made the same every single time. The same goes for your business and how you service your clients and how you sell your product and how you make your product, so on and so forth. All of that has to have a step-by-step process, and it needs to be, what did I say? Transferable. Transferable to somebody else that could just basically copy it the exact same way. The next one is customer capital. Customer capital is a couple of things. Number 1 is the loyalty factor. Are your customers loyal to you? Do they come back to you to purchase more and more? That means your services are good. And are the customers actually coming back to purchase your product more than once and to use your service more than once? We're going to want to test to see how that is. How many repeat business do you have from people? Number 2 is, are you dependent on 1 or 2 whales? Or are you actually diversified? Making sure that once somebody finds out that, say, 50% of your business is all tied into one customer, that's a red flag, drops your valuation like crazy. So are you dependent on just one or two customers, or do you have a diversified array of different customers that actually purchase your product? And then, like I said, back to the customer loyalty, making sure that they're coming back to you all the time. What's the relationship like with your actual customer? Think about that, okay? Last one is social capital. Your social capital really is about what is your company viewed like to the masses, right? We talk branding. Does your brand command respect and loyalty in your market? Or are you just another service provider? Do you stand out in the market? Or are you actually out there where people, when they see your logo, when they see that company, it says, you know what? That's a great company. That's a great company to work for. And that's a great service to use or a product to buy. I mean, think all the biggest companies in the world. As soon as you see that logo, you already know. So what's the rate of your social capital, at least in your small community? If it's a negative one, that's not going to go very well. Google reviews are actually a good way to test whether or not you've got good social capital or not. And that's it, guys. That's the 4 C's. You could literally increase the value of your business just by following these 4 C's. So number 1 is your human capital. What's the culture like? Everybody that works in the business. Number 2 is the structural capital. Can you basically take your business, put it all into systems and processes, and transfer it to somebody else to do the same thing? Number 3, what is your customer capital? What's the loyalty of your customers? How often do they come back to purchase from you? And are you dependent on just one or two customers, or are you diversified? And then the last one is your social capital, your branding, your Google reviews, and how basically the world and the public sees your business. It's just very, very simple, guys. I think it's probably something that's obvious, but it's broken down in a simple form with these 4 C's, where if you can master the 4 C's in your business, now I want you to think about it, that's going to increase the value of your business. So if you want to test to see where you're at with the 4 C's, download the scorecard. It's in the description below. You're going to want to go ahead and download that and really give yourself an honest assessment of where you are with the 4 C's. Now, there's ways that we could set this up where you're going to have quarterly goals, quarterly rocks, to making sure that you're hitting metrics based on, have you put people into leadership? Have you gotten more 5-star reviews? Have you gotten more recurring revenue? You're going to want to put metrics behind these 4 C's, because as you get better at this, the value of your business continues to grow. But start with the baseline. Go ahead into the description, download the scorecard so you can see where you're at today. And then, we could see how you could actually increase that and get better in each of the 4 C's. So just a quick recap, guys. We already know human, structural, customer, social. Master these and your business becomes a wealth building machine. Remember what I said, 80% of your net worth is hiding in your business. If you ignore the 4 C's and you're stuck in self-employment hell, that's the last thing that you want. Okay? Build a business that runs without you, and then you could ultimately sell for top value. But before we finish, homework. Download the 4 C's scorecard right now, and I want you to rate yourself honestly. Then pick the lowest one and spend the next 7 days making measurable progress on that thing. This is how you build a business that's worth buying. That's it, guys. That's what we got. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you got something out of it, and hope you actually implement it, because it's going to work. Make sure you like, subscribe. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we have another show. Follow me on social media, and that's all I got. I'll see you next week. Peace out.